In this video, we're going to talk about my vacations. This year, my family and I went to Cancun for a week. We traveled around the town. The transport that we used to pay was the bus, but in this case, I will have to travel for the first time in plane. Once we were sitting on the lounge, a policeman came to the room and asked me if the license that he took from the floor was mine. I told him, "Oh wow, I didn't notice in what moment I dropped it." Then he replied, "Be careful, kid. You can't get on board if you don't show your ID." Truly, that was very scary. After we got on board, I started reading a book in my cell phone. I felt something strange when the plane took off. My mom told me that airplanes are safer in the sky than in the land. I didn't believe in her words, but I was scared, so I tried to relax with anything she would say to me. The plane landed after 2 hours. For the distance, I was expecting at least more than 3 hours. My brother used to live in the main street of the town, so he asked a friend to pass by and take us to the hotel. I have been in Cancun several times, but this year felt different. We left the airport 1 hour later. The traffic at the time that we arrived was very crowded. Later on that night, we went to a restaurant with Oscar, a friend of my brother. They used to work together with the same boss, but it never worked. The next day, my friends from Cancun were waiting in the entrance. I planned with them to visit the beach and later on look for a place to dance. My brother and sister insist to come with us. A reason behind this was my parents. They always want to go to cultural places instead of visiting the popular things like the beach or like the thematic parks. I convinced them to stay. I would pay a ride for them to separate from our parents. They didn't like it because they didn't look or didn't found anything they would like love to do. So the next days, my friends and my brothers apologized with them because they stay at the hotel and they didn't did anything else than just relax. So I guess the first day was the only interesting thing we did in Cancun. My parents are older than most of the other parents. They don't like to do a lot of activities. They have never been in a thematic park before. My brother paid the tickets to visit Shaha, but the only thing they did was to take care of our personal devices. I felt very awful to see this, but the next trip we will take them to a cultural city.